The time to be your man. I'm just lost in this moment. I've been zoning, I've been zoning. I've been zoning.
So, traveling through a wasteland of rotting corpses that were a shell of what they once were. I wasn't aware I was strolling through the Telltale offices.
What you doing there, goofball? I don't like goofball.
Okay, now I'm convinced some people at Telltale have watched my videos, cause for years now I've complained about there being annoying child characters that I have to worry about, and now I'm forced to deal with not only one by my side for a whole season, but an entire school full of them. Well, joke's on you, because I actually didn't mind anybody this season. But you still get a sin for trying to be bitches.
You gotta see this, Clem.
You gotta take a look at this cliche. How convenient that the bullet is compatible with AJ's gun.
Fuck. Hey, watch the swears.
Language police, in the apocalypse no less. AJ somehow has the strength and the weight to plank and subdue this walker.
The car, was it totaled?
You mean the car that flipped over while you were in it? Is it totaled, she asks. Hey guys, I'm Violet. I'm gonna take the role of Jane and play the distant, bitchy, silent character, who you'll eventually like or hate more as the season progresses.
We all had to grow up fast. I'd say that goes double for your boy. He's been a little terror since he arrived.
Excuse me?
Let's just say he hasn't been happy without you around. At all.
Why did you separate the two in the first place if you knew they were together?
Oh, this? It's a chair leg. I call it Cheryl's.
Cheryl's is not going to be quite as effective with some of those nails sticking out the wrong way.
Now, Clem here. That was a solid A. A plus even.
Sorry, Lewis. The Twitch Hydration bot is no longer around to help you out with your thirst.
Omar's a perfectionist. The slightest flavor out of place and he's grumpy for a week. You can eat or you can eat right.
We're living in the apocalypse. I don't think now is the best time to be playing Master Chef Jr. All the important information is in the middle of the book cliche.
I chronicle everything.
Like a diary?
I try to think of it more like a history book. Those who do not learn from the past and all that.
Exactly. Those who do not learn from the past will continue to make games off of existing IPs and never change any gameplay elements until it's too late. You might want to take some shelter from this truth bomb I'm dropping.
I swear, Rosie's not as frightening as she seems. See? She's harmless.
I don't think a dog that aggressively bit off a walker head can be considered harmless. Well, Clem, so much for respecting the dead by using one as batting practice. Javi would be so proud. That snare is a little too big for catching a rabbit that small. Well, this is quite the sin if you remove the video and leave only the audio.
It's just, fuck, it's okay. It's, breathe, Brody, come on. Come on, come on, come on. You're gonna be fine. Fuck, come on, come on. Fuck. This locks from both sides.
So if this stupid door locks from both sides, who locked the cellar from the outside?
I like the other kids. Not all of them, but Tin and Lewis.
Sure, you like the guy who at this point is adamantly against you and wants you gone from this school.
Wait. Does AJ still have that gun? Hand it over.
Yes, take away their only gun as you send them out into the dangerous wild. I can see why you're so beloved and how you have lasted this long.
Fine. Let the kid keep the murder weapon.
I had to laugh at how Mr. Let's Use the Walkers as a piñata suddenly gains moral superiority. Hey there, Lily. I see the Mage of Convenience has bestowed upon me once again with your appearance. Let's see, we last saw you in Georgia and now further up north. This many years later and that much distance between us and we still end up running into each other? AJ somehow gets shot in front when Abel and Lily are behind him.
They're at war up north.
their entire community against another.
While it is very believable that people would be at each other's throats in this setting due to humans' fight-or-flight nature, why does it never occur to anybody that they could join forces with another community, strengthen each other, and at least attempt to rebuild a society? For no reason whatsoever, the game gives you the option to be an asshole towards Violet, even though she voted to keep you at the school and tried to convince the others. A knife and barbed wire just sitting in a greenhouse. I believe the plot powers have exceeded their limitations. Miss Martin is nowhere near close enough to the door to grab Clementine.
I thought Lily and Abel would show up days ago. I wonder why they're holding off.
According to 10, Sophie and Minnie disappeared roughly a year ago. So if Lily and Delta had been dealing with Marlin since then, and they were apparently aware of Erickson's location, why did they never attack the school until now? The school apparently has an endless supply of matches they use to light their candles, so why do they even need this igniter? Makes it even doubly pointless when Clem ends up having a lighter when she tortures Abel later on. Well, good thing your bomb didn't actually explode. That would have seriously injured or killed you two by how close you're standing to it. Ubisoft, your radio tower influence has officially spread too far. Even Telltale games are implementing them now.
What are you playing? And don't say a piano.
A song that I wrote.
Really? What's it called?
You would you say no, fuck that. I'm not singing that stupid song. Lily and Delta managed to bust through the gate without a battering ram. We interrupt this Walking Dead game to bring you home alone. Abel somehow survives that fall. How is Abel tied to a chair when he only has one arm?
It's the first time interrogating someone, isn't it? You let me dictate the agenda. Makes me think you're weak.
She's already thrown you into a group of walkers, disarmed you, and pushed you off the balcony of a school. Weak is hardly the word to be using to describe her at this point, even if you are thick-headed.
Did the Raiders do this?
It looked like they had people from your school.
Except the only person you would recognize from the school is Willie, since you left soon after you arrived with Clem, and Willie was never captured.
What are you doing with those?
Oh, well, I wanted to throw one last hootenanny before the big fight.
Yes, let's throw a party while our abducted friends are being indoctrinated into becoming soldiers.
You shot that raider who grabbed me, but you saw them take Violet too. Which means you could have saved Violet and not me. Why?
Because you live in a Telltale game, where multitasking is a foreign concept.
That deserves a toast.
A toast? Don't those usually come at the end?
Hey, I warned you I'd make this quick.
Lewis, if you're trying to get with Clementine, do yourself a favor and never describe anything as making it quick. How were you able to inflate that beach ball? It clearly has holes in it.
I've been going back and forth between colors for ages. Green's calming, but purple might be nice.
That is clearly magenta.
I have an idea about how to stop those assholes coming back to the school after we've rescued the others. We're gonna blow up the boat.
Blowing up the boat will not stop them from using the horses to come back and capture you in their carts.
You guys wanna know why I got sent here?
Willie, please, no.
Chronic masturbation.
Willie is 12 years old at this point. The apocalypse has been going on for the past 8 to 9 years. So Willie was masturbating at 3 to 4 years old when he got sent here. Just let that sink in, knowing someone thought about writing that.
I'm afraid if AJ kills again, he won't be able to go back.
He's already murdered someone. If he didn't have killer's guilt then, he's not going to for someone who might deserve death. Seriously, how does nobody from Delta spot Clem and company?
You know, Walker blood is one of the hardest stains to get out.
Except there's this little thing called water, which this river has plenty of. Well, it only took them their entire existence to catch up to Siphon Filter's stealth segments. Omar, you seem to be standing quite well for someone who got shot in the leg.
I've known Clementine since before this all started. She'll come around.
Actually, you knew her after this all started. Plus, you haven't seen her since Season 1, where you barely interacted with her. So I doubt you know how much her personality has changed. James, how can I feel sorry for you when you walk in front of the clearly dangerous Lily and turn your back to her? I mean, it's not like Clem had a clear view to warn you or anything. Hey, loser, you didn't choose to kill me. So now I'm going to be written out of the series in the lamest way possible. And I'm going to be able to stand despite being stabbed in a vital artery.
Get the fuck off of me!
Isn't it bewildering how walkers never attack certain characters when they're knocked unconscious?
We headed towards the boiler room to stop the bomb, and I...
Violet, if you were practically at ground zero of that explosion, you should be dead.
There's no end to these little shits. Put them down.
Yes, just ignore the increasing number of walkers surrounding you and trying to kill you. The bite Minerva receives suddenly disappears in her following shot.
If they get in here, I'm going to have to kill them.
James and the script suddenly forget that kneecapping walkers is a thing. Sure, James, get killed on the boat and somehow have your walker self track Clem all the way to the cave. Clem, I know season 2 is pretty forgettable, but I would think you'd remember how terrible your experiences have been with damaged bridges. I shall go ahead and take my L for this one. I sinned Minnie being able to fire a gun that had no more bullets left, but upon further review and people pointing it out in the comments section, she does indeed reload the gun. So, sin retracted. You see, people, I'm not one of these pussy-ass YouTubers who avoids reading comments and refuses to admit when they're wrong. I have no shame in correcting the mistakes I've made. Let it be known, I personally do not give two shits about how Clementine survived. I'm just happy that she did. That being said, even though AJ chopped off her leg, that axe is still covered in walker blood. She would have gotten infected either way.
No. Where to? Can't go back to Richmond. This whole area is a war zone.
Hey person, you know that entirely pointless season 3? We just confirmed how pointless it was by erasing it and referencing it as little as possible. You know, AJ, by tampering with Clementine's hat, you're breaking the first Telltale Walking Dead commandment. You just signed your death warrant.
We need to know who they are. Maybe even see if they're willing to trade.
Who are?
A group of survivors out beyond the old safe zone.
Seriously? Are you really trying to sequel bait in what is supposed to be the final season? Fuck right off. Let this series end.
I got that California